This is Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
He is the biggest YouTuber on the planet, and he's building empires.
The NFL is now under the ownership of one individual, Jimmy Donaldson, Mr. Beast.
I mean, is there anything this man can't do?
Yeah, I mean, I'm only 26 and we have the largest YouTube channel in the world. And Beast Games is going to shatter some pretty crazy records. And we do 9 figures in feasibles.
I just bought this luxurious private jet. I spent $2.5 million on this private jet.
And it's because I'm really good at obsessing over one thing more than anyone else on the planet. Like, I'll ask tens of millions of dollars because no one wants to live the life I live or be in my head. They would be miserable.
Mr. Beast is worth an estimated $500 million. If we divide that by the number of days since his channel was created back in February 2012, that works out to roughly $125,000 every single day. But it's not that simple. You see, Jimmy hasn't just built the most successful YouTube channel in the history of the platform. He's built one of the most complex business empires the internet has ever seen. We're talking brand deals worth tens of millions, businesses valued in the hundreds of millions, and even a real estate empire so large it could rival a Fortune 500 company, making the real amount he earns in a day an unbelievably large number. Welcome to Home of Finance, where we dive deep into the biggest financial mysteries. Hit subscribe for a cookie, just like Mr. Beast says. Let's start with what everyone can see, his main YouTube channel. As of right now, Mr. Beast's main channel has over 28 billion views. Most people think YouTube pays per view, but that's not how it works. YouTube pays based on something called RPM, that's revenue per meal, which basically means how much you earn per 1,000 views. And this is where it gets interesting. The average YouTuber makes between $3 to $5 RPM. But Mr. Beast's content is so advertiser friendly, his audience is so engaged, and his demographics are so valuable that he's likely on the higher end with around $5 RPM on his main channel. So let's do the math. 28 billion views times $5 per 1,000 views. That's $140 million just from his main YouTube channel. But here's where everyone gets it wrong. They take that number, divide it by however many years he's been doing this, and think they've figured out his daily earnings. But that's not how this works at all. See, what most people don't realize is that Mr. Beast doesn't just have one channel. He has multiple channels in different languages. Mr. Beast Spanish, Mr. Beast Hindi, Mr. Beast Japanese, and more. These international channels combined have over 15 billion additional views. Now, these channels don't make as much per view because international audiences typically generate lower ad revenue, so we're looking at around a 3 RPM instead of 5. A quick crunch of the numbers reveals another $45 million from his international channels. Combine all those channels and we're looking at about $185 million total from YouTube. If we spread that across the last 3 years of his explosive growth, that's roughly $169,000 per day just from YouTube ad revenue. That's more than what most people make in 3 years, and he makes it every single day. But again, it's not that simple, because YouTube revenue is actually just a small portion of Jimmy's income. And when I say small, I mean tiny compared to what's coming next. Let's talk sponsorships. When you have 400 million plus subscribers across all platforms and billions of views, brands aren't just willing to pay you, they're willing to pay you stupid money. According to industry insiders and leaked information, Mr. Beast charges anywhere from $2.5 to $3.5 million per sponsored video on his main channel. And he typically does 2 to 3 sponsored videos per month. Let me put that in perspective. That's one sponsored video paying him more than most people will earn in their entire lifetime. So conservatively, let's say $6 million per month from sponsorships. That breaks down to about $200,000 per day just from brand deals, bringing our new total to $369,000 per day. That's over $1/3 every 24 hours. Enough to purchase a home, which he didn't just do once, but instead did dozens and dozens of times. Which brings us to his next income source, real estate. Most YouTubers dream of mansions, but Mr. Beast quietly went and bought an entire neighborhood. He started with his own house in 2018, a 4-bedroom property in Greenville, North Carolina, for about $320,000. Over the following years, he purchased 4 additional nearby homes, one for $263,000 in 2020, and 3 more in the years following, totaling just over $2 million. Now here comes the kicker. While these homes are modest on the surface, they're in Greenville, a market that's been heating up as he turns the area into Beastville. Real estate in that area has appreciated, and let's conservatively estimate those homes are now worth $2.5 million combined. That nets him roughly $470,000 in unrealized equity beyond his initial investment, just sitting there growing. If we amortize that over a year, that's nearly $1,300 per day, adding another $1,300 to the daily total. But we haven't even talked about his largest income source yet, and this is where things get absolutely bonkers. While everyone's focused on his YouTube videos, Jimmy's been quietly building a business empire. Let's start with Beast Burger. Beast Burger isn't just some celebrity endorsement deal. It's a full-blown virtual restaurant chain operating over 1,700 locations across the US and internationally. Industry analysts estimate that Beast Burger is pulling in around 100 to 150 million annually. And here's the kicker. As the owner, Jimmy's taking home roughly 15 to 20% of that after all expenses. Let's be conservative and say 120 million annually with a 15% profit margin. That's $18 million in profit per year, which breaks down to about $49,000 per day just from Beast Burger, bringing Jimmy's daily estimated earnings just shy of $420,000. However, in 2023, Jimmy announced he was moving on from Beast Burger, implying he sold his equity. Instead, he focused that time on his largest income source, Feastables. It first launched in 2022 and absolutely exploded. We're talking about a chocolate bar that's competing with Hershey's and Mars bars in major retailers like Walmart, Target, and 7-Eleven. Conservative industry estimates put Feastables at around 50 to 80 million in annual revenue. Given the margins on food products and Jimmy's equity stake, he's probably looking at around 10 to 15 million annually in profit from Feastables. Let's say 12 million per year. That's another 33,000 per day. But we're still missing one of Jimmy's biggest money machines, merchandise. Mr. Beast doesn't just drop the occasional hoodie, he's running one of the largest creator merch operations on the planet. Every time he does a new drop, whether it's shirts, hoodies, or limited edition designs, they sell out almost instantly. According to industry insiders, Mr. Beast's merch pulls in anywhere from 50 to 100 million annually, depending on the year and the drops. And after costs, that's conservatively $25 million in profit per year. Broken down, that's about $68,000 per day, just from his clothing brand. So when you think of Mr. Beast, don't just picture viral stunts and burgers. Picture an entire fashion brand that prints money almost as fast as his videos do. So let's add this all up. From YouTube ad revenue alone, Mr. Beast brings in about $169,000 every single day. Sponsorships add another $200,000 daily. His real estate investments contribute about $1,300 per day in added value. Beast Burger brings in roughly $49,000 per day, and Feastables adds another $33,000 daily. On top of that, his merchandise empire tacks on an extra $68,000 per day. Put all of that together, and Jimmy Donaldson is making around $520,000 every single day. Thanks for watching Home of Finance. Subscribe to help us on our journey to 1,000 subscribers.